Good morning. I'm recording this thunder and lightning. I'm getting shocked. Electrostatic is hitting my face. Like pinpricks of electricity are hitting my face. And I'm getting my face and neck and shoulders and that are getting itchy. As the static's building up in the atmosphere, it's hitting me. And I'm getting electrocuted. In the best possible way. But I'm just recording it because it's beautiful. One hell of a way to end that battle. I said, this concludes the ending to my Star Wars movie, The Conception of Heracles. Quantum Ministry, The Conception of Heracles is our version of Star Wars. And the Quantum Menace goes back in time to undo the conception of Heracles, which, if you've been paying attention to my ex and social media, oh my god, my skin is so itchy. I'm getting hit. I'm so sensitive to the atmosphere that as this storm is building up and reaching its crescendo, I'm being hit with bolts of static electricity. It's hitting my face, my right eye's twitching. It's triggered my central nervous system. It's like being hit with little pinpricks of electricity. My fingers holding the phone are having like little minor electric shocks because I'm so sensitive. And the funny thing is, in regards to the conception of Heracles, Quantum Menace 3, I was just posting stuff about black holes and the Big Bang and the creation of the universe just like 7-8 hours ago. And the Quantum Menace 3 is my Star Wars movie. And then I posted all that, and then I came in with Thor's hammer to take care of Trump and Starmer and that once and for all. Because in doing that investigation about Teresa, it opened up a whole can of worms. I fell down a rabbit hole that ended up like opening up into a black hole. I literally fell down a rabbit hole in that investigation that brought me out through the black hole and started the birth of a whole new chapter. And in order to do it, in passing through it, I ended up unravelling everything to do with the cult of Odin that Starmer and Trump and the Rude Boys and all that belong to. Rude Boys. Proud Boys. Rude Boys. Proud Boys. And von der Leyen and all that. Like I've connected all the dots. In history, I've gone as far back as the American Revolution and the War of Independence in order to undo Donald Trump. And that's literally what the Quantum Menace 2 is about. 3. God, I can't concentrate because I'm being hit by bolts of lightning. That's how long they've been targeting Russia for. Since the War of Independence. And it seems to be because they refuse to get involved. Ooh. Every time I talk about it, thunder and lightning, it's just so funny because the timing is, you couldn't make the timing up. I was fast asleep. I got woken up. I saw a couple of things that Trump posted that proved I was right. Remember I said he's either about to pull off some alien Mandela effect thing, or they're going to try and assassinate someone. Like with JFK, well, he tried to pull off the alien. So within a couple of hours, and I remember I said about how much he hates black people. He's tried to kick off Ebola in Kenya. And remember the Project Noah's Ark? It was like African animals and that from Kenya and South Africa and that were getting on that ship headed for Mars. You can see the lightning through the window. Oh God, I'm getting hit by it. So Thor, Freya, Odin, they've come to join the fight in order to take down Donald Trump because I said, Odin was like, you're not putting this on me. Odin's like any of the underworld gods don't accept the kind of shit that they're trying to do. I keep thinking of Cash Patel when he said, see you in Valhalla, buddy. Valhalla's like, no. Asgard's like, no. Ragnarok's like, no. you have no access here. Access denied. These cults, they have no idea how to use a god. They have no idea how this works. Oh my face. I thought maybe, because I'd been asleep, I thought maybe like some of my hair had come loose. You know, like how you lose up to 250 hairs on your body a day. I just thought some of my hair had like fallen down the back of my shirt. And so I was scratching my neck and my shoulders and then the storm started kicking off and now I'm being hit by it. My eyes are twitching, my eyeballs and that are twitching because I'm really highly sensitive to energy at the moment, you know, Axis Mundi and all that. People don't realise how powerful I am. They think I'm just this poor peasant girl that wears holy old former fat t-shirts and undies and bare feet. They think I'm just like this little indigenous moron. God, sorry, it's horrible. I don't like it because it's because what it is my pineal gland's been triggered. It's activated my vagus nerve, and so I've become like a Tesla coil. But the timing of it's just perfect. This is Teresa getting justice. She's getting vindicated. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that investigation. I thoroughly enjoyed doing the Delphi murders too for Abby and Libby. I've enjoyed every minute of the last few days since I started working on the Delphi murders. And the Brian Lamb case, and you know, like I've enjoyed every minute of it because it's exposed the depravity and nefarious actions of some very dark and twisted bloodlines that have been sewing themselves into the fabric of history where they don't belong. And it goes back a couple of 100 years. I mean, technically it goes back a couple of 1,000 years. But for Donald Trump and leaders of the EU, like Zelensky, von der Leyen, Keir Starmer and all that, I've been able to trace it back to well, them taking America for themselves. Oh, sorry. My finger holding my phone just got electrocuted. You can hear me scratching. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh, gonna have to ground myself. My phone's playing up because it's been struck by lightning. I'm sitting inside. This is fantastic. What a crescendo event, hey? What a way to end that chapter of the movie. See, they looked at me. My ex-husbands, my students, these presidents and prime ministers, these governments and secret service and that, they looked at me and they thought, easy prey. She's so quiet. She's so nice to everyone. She's working so diligently to help the children. We'll take her down, no problem. I just sat with my head down, walking with my gods, Zeus, Neptune, Poseidon, God, Allah, Ganesh, Shiva, Freya, Thor, Odin, Hades, Satan, like all of them. I've just been surrounded by gods and deities, giving me all the answers, helping me. Oh, hang on. Sometimes I'm itchy down a part of my back that I can't reach. Diligently doing my work, proving quantum magnetics is a real deserves to be recognised as an actual field in physics. Same with the ascension sciences. I have proven every single one of them who thought I was easy prey wrong in a way that now puts their qualifications and their skills and their job skills and their mindset and that to shame, because it shows how little they know about how the universe works in conjunction with the evolutionary state of mind, psychology, human behaviour, time theory, ascensions, spiritual growth and development, healing. They have no idea how any of this works when you marry it with faith. I don't have a religion. I'm not a religious person, but I have faith. And I've proven that you don't need to go to church every day. You don't need to be doing the whole religious ordination of indoctrination and that in order to have God on your side. Is it passing? Because I think I can hear the birds. Yeah, I can hear the birds. Trying to see what they're saying. Trying to hear what the birds are saying. It's it's gone, it's gone. It's gone, it's gone. Oh, the storm's passing. It's gone, it's gone. It's cooled the air down. They're happy because it's cooled the air down. It's cool. Yeah, because we've had a couple of days of them trying to pretend like there's a heat wave that's had nothing to do with the sun and everything to do with their Archimedes bow, space lasers. They're trying to hide the fact that the vaccines have been giving people cancer. So they're trying to say there's a rise in skin cancer and thyroid cancer and all that, but it's to avoid lawsuits from the vaccines. Because I've lived in the UK 26 years and they started covering up the sun last year. Starmer and Gates started covering up the sun. So we don't get sunshine. We get maybe 2 hot days a year in the summer. Where it's like in the 30s. But the thing is, everyone here in the UK is over exaggerating how hot it is. I don't know if they've been put up to doing it to make it appear like it's worse than it is, but I'm from New Zealand and I grew up in Australia and Western Australia at that, so I know about heat. Every summer we were getting like 40, 42, 45 degrees. Like you couldn't walk outside in bare feet because it would burn the skin off the soles of your feet and that, so I know about heat and hot summers. And this is nothing. This is nothing. But they're making out like it's like they're in Dante's Inferno, over exaggerating. And it's been a little bit humid, but I haven't been sweating. It's hot when you sweat. I haven't broken a single bead of sweat. I've just been laying with a wet towel on my legs and that to cool the humidity down, but they're over exaggerating on social media how hot it is here. 26 years I've lived here. And because I'm Indigenous and like I said, I'm from the Pacific, so the weather is something I know a lot about. I have to work with the seasons as an alchemist. So, and I can always tell like when earthquakes are real and when, I'm called Queen Light of the Sun, Brahena Saithusa. That's my ascension name, that's my high priestess name. So I know all about this stuff, and this heat wave over the last couple of days is fake. It's not real. Because Gates and Starmer blocked the sun. They've been blocking the sun pretty much since Starmer came into power. So why is there, and it just seems to be that they've come out and said that the rise in skin cancer just happens to be at the time when COVID hit, between 2020 and 2022. So when COVID hit and they were vaccinating everyone. So then what they've tried to do is they've used Archimedes' bow and the space lasers with all the solar panels and all that shit to amplify the heat of the sun to make it look like the sun is causing heat waves, and it's fake. I know the sun. She's my grandmother. But that's the mistake that everybody makes as well. Everyone keeps saying that the sun is a man and the moon is a woman. How retarded. Like, it's embarrassing how wrong people get the occult. And here this international cult of hereditary Odinists stomping around doing their sacrifices and all of that for their positions of power to try and cause a war that wipes out the British and Russian empires. And here I am, this little indigenous woman, no education, no money, walking around in her favourite ripped former fat t-shirts, using the universe like a symphony. And I'll do this over here and I'll do that over there and bibbity bobbity boo. Boop. And the universe responds. Yeah, see, I told you, the bird said it's gone, it's gone. That's the storm stopped. I told you, that's what the bird said. It's gone, it's gone. It's cooled everything down. It's fine. It's cooled the air. It's gone, but it's cooled the air. That's what they said, and look, now it's stopped. Because Indigenous people can talk to the animals, and my nickname since I was a little girl is Debbie Doolittle. Because I can talk to the animals. And you know what's so hilarious? They've got all these apps and AI saying, we can talk to the animals now. And I watch them and it's like, no, you can't talk to the animals. Because just because an app recognises that a cat's meow is saying, come here, doesn't mean you're talking to the animals. Because when you talk to the animals, it's like talking to people, like they have thoughts and opinions. They have ideas and plans and, you know, a society, and they don't talk anything like the way people think they talk. And I'm trying to remind Indigenous people of this fact, because they need us, nature needs us, to be listening to them again. Because they're being targeted by the cult of Odinists. But every time I think I've found people to help me spread the message, it gets sabotaged. Because the cult of Odinists, they don't. It's been my ex-husband and my husband worked really hard to make sure that all the members of their cult kept away from me and did as much damage as possible, and failed miserably. And now they're going to forever be in history as known as the cult of Epstein. Although now I know, since doing the investigation, it's not the cult of Epstein, it's the cult of Odin. And they don't know what they're doing, and I've just proven it. One woman on her own. I know, I said, because of what I've done, I know that all eyes are on me now, because I can feel it, I can see it. I know that the panic has hit the people who targeted me because they know they are done for. And when they fall, I rise, which means I'm about to step into worldwide recognition. Remember, I said, I've told you guys for the longest time, I'm going to become famous. And my teacher said that when the world knows my name, I'm not going to be able to walk down the street by myself anymore, because people will want to come on pilgrimages and that to see me, thinking that I'm some like great divine being, but I'm not. I'm just God's soldier. I'm just his messenger. I'm just a woman who has a power that allows me to pass on messages for the gods. But they're not going to see it like that. They're going to think I'm some sort of like earth angel. I'm an arsehole. I'm a gobby, sarcastic arsehole with little patience for anyone who plays games. And yet God loves me. I'm his little girl. Odin thinks I'm hilarious. Satan just thinks I'm just the best thing ever because I am an asshole and I don't hide it. I call Satan Grandpa. honestly. You know, the Dear Satan Clause, the movie that Donald Trump stole and sold to Paramount and all that. When I make it, you're going to love it. You're going to see Satan in a completely different way, because the cult and these religions don't understand how any of it works. But I've proven that you can absolutely have Satan in God's favour and it work to do incredible things for humanity, because it's done out of love. And there's probably nobody who loves God more than Satan does. Satan's not the bad guy. Lucifer is. Belial is. Baphomet is. Molech is. Baal is. So, yeah, my teacher said that. And she said, but don't worry, you'll be the people that love you, like, you know, your friends and that, your friends and family, she said they'll surround you like a bullet. You'll become impenetrable. They won't let anyone come near you. She gave me a whole list of instructions about what to do with security and bodyguards for me and my children, because she said people are going to want a piece of my children as well, so we're never to be seen in public together. We're to, you know, if we have to be, if we are out in public, we can't walk together. And she said that I'm to make sure that somebody else is pushing my baby's stroller, because she's going to be seen as like the real, because I'm going to be having this kid when I'm like 50, 54. Because we're almost, I mean, my birthday's, I'm 54 in November. And she's the one that's going to work on the space program. She's the one that's taking over the space program to work with, you know, when we have the second coming of Christ, God said that he takes over the government, and that the government that he takes over, which I think is going to be, he's talking about, you know, Russia and the New Jerusalem and all that. When the second coming rules the new government, he takes over not the space program, but he takes over, he takes us into the new frontier. You know, space is the final frontier. He takes us into that. And I think that's the collaboration, is, you know, between my space program and, you know, when Jesus comes back. And I'm not Christian, I'm not Catholic, I'm not nothing. But I know what I know because I studied the codes. So I know what's coming. And nobody can deny that I don't know what's coming. I know what's coming. I see it all. Cosmic whale. My physics, my science allows me to see stuff, you know. And it's my space program that's been given the seal of approval by our galactic brethren and God consciousness. Because to fly about the universe, to navigate our solar systems and galaxies and stuff, you're basically driving a car through the mind of God, through the thoughts and mind of God. And you need permission to drive on those roads. I have permission. NASA, CERN, SpaceX and that, they don't have permission. Oh, I'm still getting hit a little, but it's settled down. But I can only take it so far, because, like, you know, I'm in my 50s now and I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to set up before I leave this planet, so that my children and grandchildren and that can take over. And I've got a lot to teach my girl, God willing, I have a girl. If I don't have a girl and I have a boy, that's completely fine too. I just know that my kids, or at least one of them, ends up helping us see what's really out there without the lies, without the world domination, without the Thanos mentality, introducing people to a real connection to God and the God consciousness, especially with my gaming chair. People will be able to do it from the comfort of their own homes. They'll be able to join the ride every time we, send one of our navigation systems up that I call Red Lil. My first navigation system. Well, it's not a rocket. It's not a spaceship. It's not any of that. I just call it my space navigation system. My first one, it's called Red Lil. Red Lil, because I say that working with Queen Elizabeth, her code name was Lady in Red, and I'm Gold Dragon. My code name was because we're working for the resistance. That's what I said. So she's code name Lady in Red, but I call her Red Lil because I call her my Lil, my Lilibet, my Elizabeth. She's my girl. She's like my partner in crime, that one. She's been hell-bent on causing as much trouble for these Odinists. Like, she's just been relentless. It's hilarious. So I want to call my space navigation system Red Lil after her. Because she told me a story once about when she was younger, about her and her sister Princess Margaret, how they used to dress up in disguise with like big glasses on and, dress up in normal clothes and that, and go out in disguise to go into the city of London and that, to walk around the people without being caught and causing her family, the people at the palace and that, like heart attacks, because her and Margaret would vanish, and without bodyguards and people following them and all that, because she was a bit. Her and Margaret, I think, were a bit rebellious. She didn't like being told what to do, and sometimes I think she found the whole royal thing a bit suffocating. So every now and then her and Margaret would, dress up in disguise, scarves on their head and, high collared jackets and big glasses and all that, and go into town and just to walk around the commoners, just to be normal for a minute. But by the time they get back to the palace and that, it causing quite the panic with the Queen Mother and where the hell have you been? Oh my God, you gotta stop doing this. What's wrong with you girls? Getting big lectures. So yeah, the only thing that my teacher got wrong is that she said that by the time the world knew my name, my protector would be by my side. I'd know who he was, that we'd be together. I thought I did. I thought he was there, but no. But I mean, it's okay. I got this far on my own. I can deal with setting up security and bodyguards and all that on my own. I've built all this on my own. against the most powerful people and companies and organisations in the world. That I fought them all on my own. Oh, the crows will start up in a minute. Where's my breakfast? I get yelled at if I'm late serving breakfast. But see, because I leave offerings out for the birds, they help me in turn, don't they? They always give me a heads up. They always spill the tea. That comes from being Indigenous. That's something that the people who condemned me to death couldn't wrap their heads around. Even though there's scientists that have confirmed that flowers talk and trees play music and birds talk and all that, they decided that because it was me doing it, because it was me explaining it, it was a mental illness. How embarrassing for them, eh? How shameful for these people that have these degrees that know nothing about nature and the universe. Like, I'm embarrassed for them. They need to give their degrees back. I'm not even educated. I got kicked out of school at 14 for being a rebel. Who, me? Couldn't possibly be. You know, I got kicked out of school at 14 for being, what's the word? Oh, I'm an educational anarchist. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to think. Don't tell me what to learn. I'm an autodidact. I need to do it all on my own because the world of education is wrong. It's all disinformation and indoctrination and that sheeple mindset in there, and that's just not me. So I say I'm an educational rebel. I'm an educational anarchist. Yeah, so I got kicked out of school. We think it's in the school's best interest. You're not what the school needs. We think it's in the best interest that you leave. Because I was defying all the... I mean, don't get me wrong, I had teachers at school that I absolutely adored. My science teacher, Mr. Davis, I adored him. Like, I had a few teachers that I absolutely adored. Miss O'Day, my music teacher, and that. Miss Morrison. Was it Morrison or Morris? Miss Morris? My maths teacher. And I hate maths. I can't do maths, but I liked her. Mr. Stevens. Yeah, I had loads of teachers that I absolutely adored. But for the ones that I clashed with, they're the reason why I got kicked out of school. Because I was defiant. And if I knew the teachers were wrong, I wasn't afraid to tell them they were wrong. And the school didn't like that, so I got asked to leave. So I educated myself. I learnt more outside of school than I ever did when I was at school. So I'm a rebel. But I'm the one leading the rebellion. So it paid off in the end, eh? Because I'm the one teaching people to stand up to their governments and their dictators and these oppressors that are all in the same cult. I called them the cult of Epstein for how long? And it turns out they're the cult of Odin. Cult of Odinists. And I've been able to trace it back a long way. Over 2,000 years I've been able to trace it back, and it's the reason why Trump is hell-bent on destroying Iran's ancient civilization. It's all there in my X, it's all there in my posts. So that's the storm gone. God, that was incredible. That was like a symphony of divine cacophony, but they're backing me up. It's validation. I'm backed by the gods. And all these people thought they could mess with me. All these men as well, like my exes, had the opportunity to be a part of this incredible world that I've been opening up to humanity. They had the opportunity to be a part of it, to be my divine masculine, to have that position of power just by being in my life as my protector, as my husband, as my divine counterpart. And they either left me for pedophiles and child groomers, or they sold their souls for more money, what I say, everyone has a price. Everyone will sell their soul for the right price. And some of these potentials had a price. Betray her and we'll give you this, 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 this and this. Because the devil knows exactly how to tempt you to sign the contract. Or they decided that of all their options, I wasn't good enough. Can you imagine that they decided I wasn't good enough compared to all the options? Because I won't, I don't play games. I won't play their games, whereas the other options will let them play games, stroking their egos in. But I refuse to do that. So, can you, if I'm the most powerful woman in the world, and you've just seen this massive display that I've just put on over the last couple of days, right? But I wasn't good enough for them. I wasn't good enough for them. So what are they looking for exactly if I wasn't good enough? The gods, God, whoever you believe in, put me in front of them and said, we're offering her for you to love and to be a part of a whole new world that's going to do wonderful things for humanity. And she's pure and she's loyal and she's patient because we knocked all the kinks and bumps and that out of her. She's worked on herself so much that she's transformed into someone completely unrecognisable, and now she's supernatural and now she's powerful, and she's going to have this money and she's going to have worldwide recognition. She's going to make history. She's going to go down in history. She's in the Bible. And these men went, nah, I'm going to have a needy, codependent woman instead, because she doesn't make me better myself. Debbie's too much trouble. She expects me to have morals and ethics. So, yeah, but it's okay. I've gotten this far on my own. I know that when the time is right, God will bring who is meant for me to my door. Like he'll bring him to me. Apparently I hear his voice before I see his face, but that's what my teacher said. I'd know him by voice before I saw his face. But yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that wee show. Today's just been the most incredible day. The last couple of days have just been phenomenal. I've loved every minute of it. Since doing the Delphi murders, I've just had the best few days. Because I know that the tide is turning, the table's turning. It's just a matter of time now before it all comes crumbling down and Trump's gone, Starmer's gone, the EU's broken up, and they're all being dragged off to court or the morgue. Palantir, Musk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, all of them, all being dismantled and held responsible for everything they've tried to do. And then as well having the audacity to blame the Jews, to blame the Muslims, to blame the Catholics, to blame the Christians, not the religions, the people. So I'm going to go and have another coffee. And I just feel incredible. I'm in the best mood, man. I feel absolutely incredible. Only thing is that I know what's about to come, and I was promised protection. Well, yeah, I was promised because I'm terrible with crowds. I don't do well with crowds and attention and noise and all that, and I know what's coming. Flashing lights, Debbie, over here, camera, click, 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 of all the cameras and all the people and all wanting to reach out to touch me because they think I'm going to like heal them from diseases and stuff. And I'm just like a gobby, sarcastic, spooky bitch who just passes on messages from God, from the gods. I'm not anything special. I'm just me. I'm a scientist and a cult physicist. I'm a scientist. I'm not like Archangel Michael or anything like that. I'm nothing like that. If anything, my wings would be black because I was born in the underworld. So, but it's just yeah. But people aren't going to see it like that. They're going to see me as the reason why the darkness goes away. And I was promised that I'd have people, to answer the door when people come knocking, to answer the phone, because I know that the sudden wave of attention is going to be really overwhelming for me, because I live a life of peace. I live a life of quiet and peace. I'm in a bubble of nature and love and nurture and creativity and imagination and science and the cosmic universe and faith and history and all that. So suddenly my phone ringing, people wanting to interview me, people wanting to work with me, people wanting to invest, people wanting to be in my social circle, and that my phone's going to ring off the hook. And I don't want to have to deal with that. It's going to freak me out. I'm supposed to have people to deal with that. And I don't have the people. But it is what it is. It's however God needs it to be, eh? Right, there's the sun coming up. I shall speak to you later. Just, if you don't understand what's going on, just check my posts. Start from the Delphi murders, where I've posted about the Delphi murders in my YouTube or X. Start from the Delphi murders and work your way up to this video, and then you'll get it. And then you won't be scared for what's coming, because I've just proven to you it's all about to come crumbling down. When he hits the ground, he's going to hit the ground hard. So just get ready. I'll speak to you later. Hold your head up high and know you are loved. Mwah.